Before supercars needed computers, before muscle cars were tamed by traction control, one machine didn't just drive, it flew. This isn't a replica, this isn't a tribute, this is a documented 1969 Dodge Charger RDOD T440, the real General Lee, a car so legendary it turned American muscle into television history and made horsepower a household name. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And if you live and breathe legendary machines and apologetic muscle and American automotive royalty, make sure you subscribe, because today we are stepping into a level of history that very few cars on Earth can claim. This is not just a classic. This is not just a TV icon. This is a documented, real deal 1969 Dodge Charger RDOD T440, known to the world as the General Lee, a machine that transcended steel fuel and horsepower to become a global symbol of raw freedom, rebellion, and muscle era dominance. Picture America at the end of the 1960s. Muscle cars ruled the streets, V8s roared without apology, and Dodge unleashed one of the most aggressive fastback silhouettes ever drawn by human hands. The 1969 Charger RT was already a king before Hollywood ever touched it. Long hood, hidden headlights, flying buttress rear window, and a stance so menacing it looked like it was moving even when parked. Under that endless slab of hood lived the legendary 4040 cubic inch Magnum V8, a rich, big block masterpiece rated at 375 horsepower in factory trim, though anyone who understands the era knows those numbers were conservative. This engine didn't scream for attention, it commanded it. Now fast forward a decade, when television took that already fearsome machine and turned it into a cultural nuclear bomb. The Dukes of Hazzard didn't just create a show, it created an icon. The moment the General Lee slid sideways onto screens across America, painted in high-impact Hemi orange, wearing the now infamous roof graphic, numbered L1, on its doors, and blasting its Dixie horn, it became immortal. Kids wanted it. Adults admired it, and muscle car culture was forever altered. But here's where this story separates fantasy from fact. This is not a clone, this is not a tribute, this is not a modern recreation built in a garage last year. This is a documented General Lee, a Charger with verifiable history tying it directly to the production era. That documentation is everything. It means studio records, it means photographic proof, it means continuity logs, build references, and authentication that places this very car on set, under lights, in scenes, and in history. In a world flooded with replicas, documentation is the difference between a cool car and a seven-figure artifact. From the factory, the Charger RDOD T was already a premium performance package. Heavy-duty suspension, upgraded brakes, aggressive gearing, and interior appointments that balance comfort with menace. The cockpit was pure late 60s Mopar muscle, with deep-set gauges, a thick steering wheel, and that unmistakable smell of vinyl, fuel, and horsepower. When converted for television duty, these cars received further reinforcement. Suspension components were strengthened to survive brutal landings. Subframes were braced, ride height was adjusted. Some interiors were stripped for weight and safety. Others retained their stock appearance, depending on filming needs. No two General Lees were exactly the same, because each had a job to do. Despite popular belief, most on-screen cars did not retain their original 440 engines. Availability and production demands meant many were powered by 383 VAs, with some even using smaller engines later in the series. But the early cars, and especially the most prized documented examples, trace their lineage back to proper big block roots. And that matters, because the soul of the General Lee was never about perfect specs, it was about attitude, sound, and presence. The thunderous exhaust note, the way the rear tires broke loose on command, and the unmistakable visual of a Charger flying through the air like Detroit engineering had just discovered aviation. Every dent, every repaired seam, every imperfection on a documented General Lee tells a story. These cars weren't pampered, they were worked hard, jumped, slid, abused, and rebuilt repeatedly. That is why survivors are so rare. Hundreds were used, dozens were destroyed. Only a handful remain today with ironclad proof of authenticity. That rarity is why collectors, museums, and serious investors chase these cars with intensity. When one crosses the auction block with documentation intact, the automotive world pays attention. But beyond money, beyond value, beyond headlines, the General Lee represents something deeper. It represents an era when cars had personalities. When horsepower was mechanical, not digital. When the driver mattered more than the software. When American muscle wasn't trying to be subtle, efficient, or polite. It was loud, it was fast, and it didn't ask for permission. Standing next to a real documented General Lee is an emotional experience. The paint glows under the light. The proportions feel impossibly perfect. The doors shut with that heavy, unmistakable Mopar sound. Fire it up, and the big block announces itself with authority. The idle uneven and aggressive, the exhaust note echoing decades of tire smoke and rebellion. This isn't nostalgia manufactured by marketing. This is living history, and that's why this car matters. Not because of a TV show alone, not because of pop culture alone, but because it preserved the legacy of American muscle at its most unapologetic. It carried the Charger name into homes across the world. It inspired generations of builders, collectors, and enthusiasts, and decades later, it still commands respect the moment it appears. In a world where cars are becoming quieter, softer, and more digital by the year, the 1969 Dodge Charger RT General Lee stands as a reminder of what raw automotive passion looks like. Long hood, big engine, rear-wheel drive, no filters, no apologies. If you're lucky enough to see a documented General Lee in person, understand this: you are not looking at a car, you are looking at a moving piece of American cultural history, forged in steel, fuel, and fearless design. And machines like this are not just preserved, they are revered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most legendary muscle cars ever built, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned, because we don't just talk about cars here, we honor them.